Photographs and video clips are some of the best means to capture an unforgettable moment. We document our lives as this gesture is meant to preserve and visualize our memories. But sometimes we capture things on camera that are not expected. We capture the evil that rarely peeks its head out from the shadows. Today, we will be discussing 3 cases of murders caught on camera. On February 13th, 2017, Abigail Williams and Liberty German were dropped off by Liberty's sister at the trailhead on County Road 300 North, west of the Hoosier Heartland Highway, located in Delphi, Indiana. They started the hike at 1:35 p.m. around Monon High Bridge, which overlooked Deer Creek. As they walked and had fun, they took photos and posted them on their Snapchat stories so they could share with their friends. At 3:15 p.m., Liberty's father came to pick them up at their requested location. When they failed to meet up, he began to search for them, but the 2 girls were nowhere in sight. At 5:30 p.m., they were reported missing to the police, who conducted a quick search of the area to no avail. Worried but still hopeful, the families continued the search on the second day, only to eventually discover the pair's lifeless body at around half a mile east of the bridge and just by the north banks of Deer Creek. Multiple photos were found in the girls' Snapchat account detailing the bridge they were hanging out at. One of the videos that was taken during the hike shows a particular man dressed in a blue windbreaker. In the video, the man was directing the girls to a certain location as the words, "Guys, down the hill," can be heard. Without any other evidence or leads, it can be assumed that this man is the person responsible for their deaths. On February 15th, 2017, the photo that was taken on the Snapchat was released, and following that, a few days later, a police sketch and audio tape of what was heard was also released to the public. Even though there was a high reward of $41,000, no one came through with any credible lead. After 2 years, in April of 2019, an updated police sketch of the suspect along with a longer version of the video was released in hopes of solving this case. Throughout this investigation, several people of interest were considered. Daniel J. Nathans is a registered sex offender who was arrested in 2017 for threatening people with a hatchet on a monument trail. It was reported that the 2 cases had similarities, but it was eventually ruled out in 2018 due to lack of evidence. Thomas Bruce, a former pastor, was charged with fatally shooting 1 woman and sexually assaulting 2 others at a shop for religious supplies on November 19, 2018. His stature matched with the description of the Delphi Killings, as he was seen wearing a flat cap with a navy blue jacket during this attack. However, due to lack of evidence, his connection to this case was eventually ruled out. On July 23, 2019, an anonymous tip gave the information that Paul Etter was a person of interest in the Delphi murders. He was at the time wanted for kidnap and rape of a 26-year-old woman. The police located Etter 5 days later and entered a standoff, ending in Paul Etter's suicide. If he was truly the killer, the truth will not be known, as he took a secret to the grave. If you have any information relating to this case, please come forward. You are able to leave an anonymous tip at the email listed in the description below. Colleen Ritzer was a math teacher at Denver's High School in Massachusetts. On October 22, 2013, just before class was ended for the day, surveillance camera captured Colleen heading towards the bathroom. A few seconds later, Philip Chisholm, a 13-year-old student who was attending Denver High School at the time, can be seen hesitating as he decides whether or not to follow her. He puts his hood on in an attempt to hide his identity and walks down the aisle, having no knowledge that his every movements were documented on the camera. As he enters the bathroom, he puts on gloves, proving that his intentions were hostile. This clip will be the last anyone sees Colleen Ritzer alive, as she was stabbed 16 times by Philip using a box cutter and then raped. He then comes out, changes into another attire, one more fitting of a criminal, and goes back to clean up what he has done. Philip comes out of the bathroom with a recycling bin containing Colleen's body. He drags the recycling bin towards a nearby forest, where he disposes of it. Her remains were found on the next day and was reported to be nude from the waist down. Next to her remains, there was a note which read, "I hate you all." Philip was quickly apprehended as he did not seem to be on the run from the police. He was found in possession of Colleen's credit cards and the pair of underwear she was wearing that day. It was also noted by the coroner that Chisholm may have molested her body with a tree branch in the woods. Chisholm was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 15 years, but to the family of Colleen, their grief would be a life sentence. On the evening of August 29th, 2017, Chastity Dawn Carey, a bail agent, was attempting to acquire the $35,000 bail from Brandon James Williams as he was convicted for burglary attempts and the possession of marijuana. Afraid that Brandon might jump bail, Chastity hatched a plan for her son to call Brandon to buy his Mustang, even though it is already acting as a collateral for the bail. She and her son awaited Brandon in her office, and this is what the camera captured.
No, you're a boy, ain't you?
Just got out of jail.
Ouch. That's really conducive.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize what I was doing.
Well, look, I'll trade you right now. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hit on your mom non-stop. Well, no, I don't.
No.
I don't. Oh. Where's the marrow at, dude? What happened? Wait, is the fans not kicking on? I have no clue.
He didn't look at it.
Don't drive that Mustang with boots. With heavy steel-toe boots, don't. Just letting you know.
I know how that is. My Camaro is T60, got a T56 in it.
You got a rock crusher transmission. All gears, you know what that is, right? Like transmission on your Camaro, the T56 is good. But they got a lot of plastic and stuff on them. That transmission you got is all brass and alloy. Chrome. Just for, you can find our used ones for about $3,500. Yeah. Fords are expensive, dude. They are. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I see that pretty little Challenger down there. That.
Oh, yeah, my Challenger. Absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. That's freaking much gorgeous.
I like it. Well,
Yeah. And punch back. Turn around.
what?
Turn around.
What do you mean?
Turn around.
What's going on here?
I'm going to sit and talk to you in cups. We're going to have a chat. Turn around.
Well, I'm not getting
No.
no cups.
Yeah, actually you are.
For what?
I've got PD on the whatever. You can turn around and put your hands
Oh,
behind your
right.
back.
For what?
Turn around.
Man, open the
No,
door.
turn
Hey,
around.
don't put your hands on me.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
Don't put your hands
Turn
on
around
me.
and put your hands behind your back.
Why? What are you doing this to me for? Why are you doing this?
Sit down. Hands behind your
What are you doing this to me for, man? Ow!
Ow! Holy
Mom, you just shot him.
I did. Call PD.
Mom! Oh my God!
911. 911.
Mom, you...
911.
To the shock of Chastity's son, his own mother killed another man right in front of him. Brandon's family took the case to court, where Chastity claimed that she shot in self-defense. Surprising to many, the judge ruled in favor of Chastity, meaning that she wasn't guilty. Do you think it was her intention to kill, or did she just act out in fear? With the public unsatisfied with this result, there has been a petition created to have her locked up behind bars, which you can find in the description below. It goes to say, the motives of people may be completely different than what you can imagine. Thankfully, these situations can be caught on camera and be immortalized so the truth can eventually be revealed.